Hello, and a very good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching this from. Christina Yuppe here, animal communicator, nature communicator, and a lover of life. I firmly believe that by understanding our animals and appreciating and respecting, and the same goes for nature, better, we can create a better world. And with my videos on this YouTube channel, I want to help you do that, whether it's with your pets, whether it's with wild animals or whether it's with nature. I'm currently doing a series called New Pet, It's a Breeze. Just use animal communication. And today, this is part two. So, if you are expecting a new pet or have just got a new pet, then this is definitely for you. But nonetheless, if you have pets already and you still want to pick up a few bits and pieces about animal communication, then keep on watching because there's always some nuggets for you to take away. In part one, which I'll link below if you haven't watched it, I described how you can prepare for the arrival of your pet with animal communication, either doing it yourself if you know a little bit about it, or engaging the animal communicator like me. So, how you can prepare to give your pet the best possible welcome is described in part one. If you haven't watched it, be sure to watch it. Today, in part two, I want to talk about when you actually bring in your pet home. What is important when you are bringing your pet, your new pet home? And it doesn't matter if it's a young animal, if it's a puppy, a kitten, a young horse, a young bird, whatever it is. Um, Today, the topic really within this part two is holding the space. So one of the valuable things you can do is just really being there for your new pet, being there for your animal, but not really communicating anything much. By just being there and holding their space, you are already communicating in some sort of form. And I will explain this now. And the reason also why I'm so excited about this four-parter is that we have welcomed a new pet in our household. In part one, we were still expecting Fozzie the cat, but now part two, we have brought Fozzie home, and this is why I'm prompted to record this now. When a new pet arrives during the journey to your home and in the first few days, there's obviously lots of new impressions for your puppy, for your kitten, for your horse, for your bird, for your fish, even for your hamster, for your rabbit, whatever it is. You're all the family getting used to each other. And your new pet is going to have to take a lot of things in. Obviously, if you have followed the advice in part one, you've informed your new pet or you engaged me perhaps to let him or her know a few things, ask a few questions, then you're already well prepared. However, the actual arrival is still different. It's a lot to take in for your new furry, scaly, feathery friend. It's a lot to take in for you as well. But obviously, you kind of know your home, you know what routine you'd like. But for your pet, it's more or less all new. Stepping into the actual surroundings, that can be quite challenging, let's say. And it was the same for Fozzie. So obviously, just imagine your animal there. I will describe with the example of our cat. We picked him up from a cattery, and he was obviously in the car, never done a longer car journey before. It was a 2.5 hour journey. As far as I know, he'd never been more than a vet visit in the car. So this was obviously something to get used to. And holding space, for example, already starts with the journey because you might be concentrating on driving, you are focused on important matters, but your pet still feels anxious. And Fozzie was no different. He was vocalizing, he was meowing all the way through. It wasn't too bad because obviously I'd done my homework, I'd connected with him, I'd communicated with him, so he knew what was happening. But nonetheless, the journey itself was a bit worrisome for him. So in this case, there's nothing you need to do except holding the space for this your new pet. And by holding the space, I just really mean being present, sending love, sending calm, sending peace, sending relaxation. That's all you need to do. Stay calm, peaceful, relaxed yourself. Communicate this with your feelings to the pet. You don't even have to speak anything out loud. You don't even have to speak anything in your mind. Just be how you want your new pet to be. And that was the same for me. There was two of us. We alternated with the driving. And yes, of course, if there's two of you, you can make reassuring noises. You can maybe use some reassuring hormones, any preparations. But that is all part of holding the space. Just really sending your love, be it out loud in your thoughts or with your feelings. Sending the love, sending the reassurance that all is well, sending the acknowledgement that yes, it is an unusual thing, this transport, but at the same time that there's nothing to worry about, that all is well. This is all part and parcel of the new journey, and all will end well. So if you feel that in yourself, if you then transmute that to the animal, your new pet, he or she will hear you, will feel you, and it will all go a lot more smoothly. Okay, so this is very, very important. Just really being there, being present, holding the space by acknowledging that there's a change going on, acknowledging that it may be worrisome for your pet, but at the same time, transmitting strong and reassuring feelings of love, peace, calm, and happiness. And the same applies when you arrive in a new home. So we obviously arrived, the journey went well. He didn't soil the litter tray. He was obviously restless, but that's understandable. But, we literally, placed him in our new home. And then again, it was really the first few hours, a matter of holding space, of just reassuring him that we are there. As I said, in my case, as I'm an animal communicator, he was very well prepared. It all went incredibly smoothly. And I'll show you a video at the end. His first evening, he was already very cuddly and a very, very happy cat. But nonetheless, it was still important for me to hold the space, to just really let him explore. If it's your new pet, let him or her explore, get used to the surroundings. Don't crowd your pet, just let them be. Obviously, be firm if there's something he or she does that you don't want. But other than that, just be reassuring. Make sure you have some time available. That's also part of holding the space. Clear your diary if necessary. Make sure you have time. We did that. At least one of us was always around for the first couple of days, and that someone is with the animals, so he or she doesn't feel alone, and that you are able to provide that reassuring, calming presence in your body, in your presence. So if you're not sure how to be calm and how to get into the present, then I'll link to a video below as well, and there will be more coming on this channel. But perhaps if you're still preparing, practice some techniques that allow you to become calm, that allow you to, if you're feeling anxious about the arrival of your new pet, that allow you to become centered and still, and this will have a huge reassuring effect on your new pet as well. So in summary, part 2, this video is all about holding the space for your new arrival during transport, during the first few hours, first few days of arrival. And we're still doing this because we collected Fozzie only a few days ago. Be present, make sure you have time, be there, be reassuring for your new pet, show him or her around, make clear what's allowed and what isn't, but don't crowd him or her. Keep a distance perhaps at first, depending on how it goes, but be there, hold the space, let them know that you're available, let them know that they're safe, let them know that they have arrived in happy surroundings, let them know that it's their forever home, and be the calm, reassured, happy being that you want your pet to be. And I'll leave you with a video of Fozzie at the end of the first day. He was a very happy cat. He knew he'd come home. I look forward to seeing you in part 3. Thank you.